Hello everybody, this is the next tutorial, the fourth tutorial actually in the tutorial series of how we're going to be learning graphics design using CorelDRAW. Okay, so on today's lesson we're going to be learning the fundamentals of graphics design. I've already given you a PDF, but I'm going to be expatiating more on it. So today we're going to be looking at how we can create some effects using those fundamental principles. So come into our CorelDRAW. Okay, so the first thing we have, I've opened the PDF already here. We have a line. So a line is a shape that connects two or more points and others. So basically we can just learn how we can use lines to create some simple effects that can be really helpful. Okay, so let's take this line. Let's say for example you have okay, let me delete that. So I want to open a previous folder, a previous file, sorry. Where I've done some graphics before so I can explain how it works. Okay, let's bring this guy here. Okay, so just look at this effect here and here. They were created with lines. Or how? If you notice this here, this guy here has the lines look somehow like as if they've been cut off. The simple trick is just using a line, just drawing a simple line and then changing the angle of rotation to, let's say, 45. Okay, and then select the pick tool, come here and mirror it so it mirrors to the other side. So we can now change the thickness of the line here. Now once we have the thickness of the line, we can extend it a bit and change the color to say, let's say, right clicking on each of any of these icons here. Let's say we want it to be green. So we duplicate this guy by using Ctrl D on our computer. Ctrl D, Ctrl D, delete, Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z. Okay, let's first duplicate the first one. Once we do Ctrl D, you notice that another one has moved out, but it's still on that other guy, so we have to shift it a bit to this side. And the thing in CorelDRAW is that when you duplicate something, it continues to duplicate in that same direction when you duplicate a particular object. So let's continue like that. Continue present. Okay, so now we have that. And also if you notice, this shape is not like a triangle and it's not like this, but we'll be getting to that later. Let's just click this guy inside small. Okay, so how we can achieve this round effect, and because this here it has a round effect and this side is sharp. Okay, so how we can just achieve the roundness effect, and just come to a Bezier tool. Okay, and this. Once that is set, we just use the fill tool and bring this guy out. Before deleting that, we can just bring it over here, and okay, let's bring it to the front of the layer. Okay, so let's mirror it again. Now we have it where we want it. So this must have been a loose link here. Okay, it is. So just connect it to this place, and this one is also connected. So you can just, once you click that, another new shape has already formed. Bring it out, and then delete this previous object. Now you can now change this color. Let's say we want the outline. Let's say we don't want an outline, we just want it like this. Then we just duplicate this and give it an outline of black by right clicking on this black and then left clicking on this little cross here, so it will cancel out the fill. So then we can now power click this guy, come in effects, power click, place inside container. So once we right click, we have something similar to this effect here. So that's how to achieve something like that. And if you feel that the lines are too spaced together, you can just right click, edit the content and shift the lines into it. And the same method can also be used to create patterns. So by holding shift down, and then I duplicate this, mirror it, and let it a bit. To look somehow like a pattern, but continuous repetition will give you a really nice pattern, especially when you're working with some graphics that need patterns. Okay, so let's quickly move on to the next. Apart from lines, we also have shapes. So we know how we can create all these shapes, and also these shapes can, like for example, this one is easy to make, this one also. So sometimes shapes contribute to a large number of what we do in graphic design. And okay, let's say we have a little something like this. Let's just quickly draw this cup. Okay, so let's bring this to guys here. Arrange lines, shapes, line set as it's going. And bring this one a little bit here. Okay, so let me change this one a little bit. Control Z. This guy in front, I want him to be dark blue. Okay, that is what. Let's just leave that. It's not important. Okay, so let's just focus on drawing the cup first. We have a rectangle. If we use the shape tool to move, we can't really have what we're looking for. So what do? We either convert to curves by using Ctrl Q, or come here, interactive envelope tool. So using that, you can just shift this guy a little bit. So this guy, Apple is giving us curves. Let's just convert it to Curve Studio. Ctrl Q. Can either double click it to use the shape tool, or you can just come and use the shape tool. So just drag this a little bit, drag this a little bit, and then nice circle around here. What else do we have there? We had cubes. Okay, so now let's zoom in a little bit. The cubes are not so this. The cubes are not so sharp. So Control D to duplicate. Control D to duplicate. So we have this here. We have this here. This here. Okay, let's see. Looks almost alike. Okay, so okay, before I forget, sorry, let's delete these guys first. Bring this one out. We have something like juice in the middle, so you can just duplicate this and resize it a little. And then using our shape tool, you can just adjust this here a little bit, move it to the top. And this guy here will be, let's say, gray, and come here to interactive transparency tool, and then we come here and put it at uniform. So once we right click, looks like a glass cup. So this guy looks too dark. Let's change it a bit. So come back here, select this guy so that you can bring the properties. So you can just increase the frequency, the transparency a little. Okay, yeah, that looks just right. And then you can just change this one to orange. That's the, but the orange looks too orangey, so let's reduce that. Yeah, I think this looks rather nice. So, and also don't forget the cubes. The cubes looked something, okay, let's say that's light orange, very light, almost yellow, and they were transparent, if you noticed. Okay, so let's first delete this guy. I'm just going to make one transparent and then the remaining duplicates. Change it here to uniform, and you can increase it a little. That doesn't show this. Okay, yeah, this looks just about it. Okay, this looks good. So duplicate this guy. So if you notice, we have that little timber effect here as well. So it's just about knowing the right tools to use. So this guy here, you can just this guy. Okay, Control D. Then using Shift, expand it a little bit. Using Shift again, expand it a little bit. Let's work on this guy inside. So let's first cut it directly. Then here, then here, and also here. Doesn't look too okay. Okay, let's just do that. So that paint it. So I'm going to have to paint this guy in complete orange. And paint this guy supposed to be yellow. So I'm going to turn this one to orange. But not too orange, just a little bit orange, so that looks alright. Okay, then we are going to change the outline to this thing, this guy, yes, and then this guy which will be acting as the background, and just give him purple. Sorry, orange, dark orange. So right click to remove any layers, and then come in. Add that to front of the page. So I should fix that. Okay. So now that's fixed. Let's right click in. Simple. It probably so it can be fixed. Oh, okay. So right click on this orange A. So once you build it here to have that orange, even though it isn't authentic, it looks a bit orangey. So just take this here, shift, reduce this a little bit, and also bring these guys to the front of the page. Okay, so we just created a little class with orange juice inside. So that's about using shapes. So you notice we also use other, so they can also achieve this kind of effect in Corel. You just find the shapes, the right shapes, and use the right colors. So form, okay, let's see we have something like this. Something like this is not really too difficult to get once you understand the concept of color. So basically just a little trick I usually do whenever I don't feel too obliged to do some hard, see, like for example I have urgent tasks. Okay, so let's quickly get down to it. By using the fill tool, the interactive fill tool, you can just change the colors. Okay, let's say at this point here, this side is the white. I want it going to deep blue, so I can put another one here. So that should change the color a little bit. So I can also convert it to radial. And it kind of looks like a ball. So for more effects, you can just double click here to add more color to it, so it can look more real. So you can just put a little some stuff here, and then right click. Kind of looks like a bow that has some side facing up. So generally you have something like this, but you still need some fine tuning to do. So just expand this guy, this little. Okay, so that looks a little bit nice. And also you can achieve some good effects. Yes, let's use Ctrl D. Now we use this same guy again. So instead of doing something like this, you can just, okay, let's say we want to make it good light. So just click on this a little bit and move it here. Come to same thing. Okay, that's not the same. And then come here and put code in the middle. So that looks somehow nice. So you can just right click so that you won't have any shapes. You won't have any outline. So you just reduce this a little bit. Bring it to the middle. Paint it. Let's see white. Right click. So it looks like as if there has been as if it's created with gold or something. So this is how you can achieve effective corridor without having to waste much of your time. So you can use corridor to achieve most of these effects. So let's continue checking. So of course we can, in order to do something like this, just use this shape. Use combination of these two, of these colors here on slash it, and then using our shapes and banner tools here, you can just create something like this. Okay, so that is also okay. For images like this, instead of just creating, you can just download an image from Google. Just look for teacup and then bring it a cartoon teacup. This looks somewhat cartoonish, so I can just bring it here. And this here, let me quickly go into demonstration. This, I want mine to be red with no outlines. So RED shift. Why would I shift? Then I'll change the fonts a little bit. Okay. I'll change my font to that. And now I want it to be white. So Ctrl D. So this one will be on top. This guy will be below. So just move the guy below. Make the guy below to be black. Okay, so this looks too sharp, but here is also sharp. You can just convert it to bitmap, so I can use the blur effect. It's not a must your work is almost is directly the same with the reference. Just once you get the basic idea. Okay, so let's look at another thing. So texture. Let's quickly look at texture. Let's take this rectangle, color it deep blue, and then we want to fill it with the texture. Actually can just come in, fill it, then come in. So come under your texture fill. So you can use different forms of sample to fill it. Sometimes these default samples are usually good for background. Some other times you can just want to have you can also change the colors. Let's see, we can change this green to this one. So this one is default. Default. A lot of time you won't need to be generating these textures yourself unless you want to do some fine tuning, and it looks like as if it's going to be really stressful. So for your own convenience, just download a vector image. Vector image is an image that whenever you zoom it in, doesn't have pixel, doesn't blur. But a raster image like this guy, okay, this is the raster image. Like for example, we have this guy here. This is a raster image. Look when I zoom it. You notice pixel like pixel like. So that's that's why vector image is different from the raster image. So always try to look out for vectors whenever you're downloading images. And also something like this too. You can just download the background part, clip it, and adjust it to the size you want for this particular background. And balance also is also important when you're designing. So that's why it's always advisable to use grids or lines or margin or rulers whenever you're designing. Okay, let's say we want all this, we want to organize everything. You always be consistent with the color, don't change the color. So I want this guy here. It doesn't look quite at the same time. So let me just use my arrows on my keyboard to shift it a little. Okay, so it's too much. Okay, but let's just still continue going. So just Ctrl G to group them so that they won't have to start scattering around. Okay, so update components. So I want this guy somewhere here. It should be, and then something like this. Okay, so this ant is actually professional. Well, okay, and also before I forget, there is also another very important use of power clips. Let's first delete these lines. and just draw a triangle, is a rectangle. Change the dimensions. By default is 210 by 297 millimeters for normal A4. Just come in, arrange, and then it should center to page. So take this effect factory, place circle. So again, so I want to do those power clips now. Okay, that looks a little nice right there. Okay, let's make it a little thinner, and here. So just let's see, orange juice. And change the font to that other font. Okay. So I'll just change the color to be a little bit darker, orange juice. And that looks the same right. Okay, I can also add shadows to text. So just come here, shadow, drag from the point, and then you have the drop shadow for orange juice. Okay, so finish editing it. So if you notice this part of the part it didn't show. Okay, just ignore this text here. So you can also use the knowledge of balance to equally space your work. So you can just put this one by this side and this one by this side using rulers. Yes, you use rulers here, so you can also use rulers here. So in this little design here, we've shown a little glimpse of what most design looks like. So in a design, you should always have this 5. Even if it's not different, at least a tiny pinch of it will be good. For example, look, we have shape, it's a square, form, this line, this shadow, pin at the back, balance. The picture is perfectly in order, and you have texture, background, small, sandy, and also we have line. This font here is just like this font here is an artistic font, so you can classify it as a line. And okay, yeah, we have seen now that is also work. So artistic text, shadow, texture. Okay, so that's about that, and I think from here I'm going to be ending the tutorial. So just get ready for the next part.